confused and I'm broken. This is not a path that I've chosen, but the universe has spoken, and now I have awoken in a flood of emotions. I try to keep them closed in, but the emotion's too potent and it tears me wide open. Withdrawn from oxytocin, Captain Kirk's lost his yeoman, the one he held closest, whose life force was woven so tightly it was frozen. He didn't realize she was choking and she drowned in the ocean, and now he's alone and now I'm alone and now I'm alone. Confused and I'm broken. This is not a path that I've chosen, but the universe has spoken, and now I have awoken. Now I'm on my own and I'm confused and I'm broken. This is not a path that I've chosen, but the universe has spoken, and now I have awoken. And I won't go back to sleep. Even though my blood feels like lava, it turns me into a fossil, more betrayed than Mufasa. But from this pain I will blossom, seek forgiveness, I've got some. I'll meet you at rock bottom and we'll swim to the top when we've nearly lost oxygen. How the fuck did I end up here? Well, I've been codependent since I was an infant. Never been in love, even though I thought I was, but that was just a product of my need to feel loved, my need to be needed. A need so deep-seated I can never feel completed. Defeated, I sit at the precipice of my own abyss, blow to kiss and sweet solace amidst the ruins of my wits. Shit, how'd I even end up here? Paralyzed in the headlights like a deer. You better steer clear, but rather don't, because it's avoidance that has slowly choked every bit of hope out of this big sick cosmic joke. Hey universe, I'm awake now, please cut the pranks now before I have a complete fucking mental breakdown. Ah, fuck it, bring the ruckus, bring the pain, till it crushes me insane. Better that than this circular train of thoughts in which I'm caught, couch locked in my coffin where I rot, daydream about God doesn't even know what. But I'm thinking, trying to cut back on my smoking and drinking, and I'm succeeding day to day, becoming comfortable with change, and I think that's a good thing, cause stagnation and complacency once ruled my brain. And then I met a reflection of my soul that taught me so much about myself that I never knew. Veil of Bylar, dark hair, eyes like bright stars. Goddess manifests through rhythmic steps, so elegantly her dress swept and bloomed around red shoes. She forgets herself and lets loose, nothing left to lose but the remnants of abuse. She looks so free, there's no place she would rather be, dancing into the galaxy's oblivion, chancing this fantasy will never end. As she steps from one constellation to the next, she sheds herself of everything that everyone else expects. It becomes her own, a universe grown from her luminous soul. She relinquishes control, her chaos so beautiful, with its radiant glow like quasars. Her hips radiate vibrations that create stars, lips laced with azucar. But as her solitary waltz stalls to a halt, she withdraws within castle walls for fear of foreign assaults, until besieged and it all falls to expose her faults. But I believe she'll find resolve, watching it all fall. Some days are easier than others, you know? I just want my friend back, even if that means I relapse. Can't stop thinking about where she's at. What would people think if I could speak that? Would they think I'm weak? Would they think I'm strong? Why am I thinking about what they would think when it's me who needs to move on? But I don't like where we left things, and if I don't get to see you one more time, well, I'll probably be the same, at least in the long run. That's why I won't bother you with my problems. I'll just write this song, and then afterwards, probably cry my eyes out all night long. But don't worry about me, it's not such a lonely walk through this vast infinity. I've got family and friends with me, and I've got in me at least another century. Fuck, I'm just emotional. I get that way when withdrawing from being sociable. You probably laugh at that thought, but honestly I find these days all I want to do is talk. I wish you could see how I've grown my mind. I wish you could have seen our dogs swim for their first time. I wish that pillow wasn't so lonely next to mine. I wish our stars hadn't gotten so out of line. I wish I wasn't afraid to say, I need to see you one last time. Then I did. You said you never wanted to speak to me again. So I guess that makes this goodbye. It's time to fly away, even though I never got the time to say goodbye to your lying face, while I'm left here still shying away from any form of affection, afraid of its deadly infection. How can I trust somebody else when my body remembers how that night felt? My mind forgets, but the emotions are burned into my shell. It reacts, so I can't relax. I challenge it and it fights back. But it is what it is. I just thank you that we never had kids, cause the pups have been rough enough as it is, and I just wish they could give their mother one last kiss. It's sad, it's a drag, though it really isn't that bad compared to how I felt back then. I lost you to learn the meaning of friends, and now I'll never know what it could have been. All I know is what it can be. And now that decision's up to me, I'm free. Except I'm not, because we can't talk. All I'm free to do is walk all the way to the top, to my pyramid of needs, and meditate upon who I want to be. Just me. And then 2 weeks later, you wrote me a letter, and it made me feel a little better, so thanks. Then I met another cool friend, and we were just hip-hopping across rocks on Oak Creek, cooling off in the water, socks off, bare-toed feet, a belly flop into the pond just to fend off the heat. A few fish caught, cause these kids really gotta eat. Withdrawn from the metropolis and wanted some peace, so we can forget about the apocalypse that's got us on the retreat. Enthralled by nature's magic, technology's gone obsolete. Get lost with me in this labyrinth of cottonwood trees. Smoke a cigar under the stars, sitting on the back of my car. We're so secluded we ought to just be on Mars. And Earthlings would surely call us Martians, but that's fine with me. We're calling this embarking into the starry sea. Caught in a daydream, foliage off a rumor or two, watching constellations as they collapse and bloom, as laughter consumes and galaxies make room for Cthulhu to bring forth his indiscriminate eternal doom. And we're swallowed into the abyss, yet still able to resist the madness that relentlessly insists. We glance at each other like, oh shit. So I hyper-focus my imagination to manifest a rocket ship. Baby, blast off with me, let's get off this scene. What do you most want to see? How about our own hypocrisies? So we can contemplate and confront these strange properties that construct our self-destructive, self-fulfilling prophecies, and shatter them, turn them to ashes and scatter them in the wind, rather than carry that baggage from beginning to end. We're savages within, but with the advantage of having our friends. We're a roughneck band of mismatched aliens, holding hands while we re-enter Earth's atmosphere. To be honest, it usually leaves me feeling a little bit weird. The things we take for granted just because they're always here, the realization's so beautiful it always leaves me in tears. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. I deserve to be treated like I'm not even a person at all. I wasn't perfect, I'm never good enough. That's why I deserve this, such conditional love. How can I do better? What can I change? I'll become unrecognizably deranged. Anything for you, nothing for me. It's fine, I'm fine, as long as you're happy. Hurt me, I'm not worthy, I'm in a hurry. A race to see that smiling face that makes my heart flurry. It makes all the things you say seem like they're okay. Your benevolent forgiveness washes away all of the pain. I'll put up my walls to keep you from wandering my halls, so I can't hear your calls, so I can feel nothing at all. Until this defense mechanism becomes my prison, until my senses collapse in a perpetual tunnel vision. I'm sorry that you didn't think of me as your best friend. You labeled me your nemesis, but the nemesis was within. Planted in you by a father who taught you that love isn't always friendly, and that with any wrong move a loved one could turn enemy. Now I'm woefully scattered and confused, emotionally battered and bruised. It was only recently that I could admit the truth, that what our love was all along was abuse. This one is dedicated to my brother who died, and to his mother who still has trouble sleeping well at night, and to my other brother who I hope doesn't join him in time, who I still love even though he lied. This one's for my mother, whose parents didn't unconditionally love her. And to my mother again, cause I know how much she keeps locked within. And hell, I'll dedicate it to her for a third time, because without her I wouldn't have a third this mind. And to my father for being everything that a father should, except for those demons he couldn't always keep locked under the hood. And to my grandpops and the heroin he would sometimes quit just so he could take me on a fishing trip. And to my very first best friend, who told me I could no longer play with him because I wasn't Native American. And to my ex-wife who set me on a new path in life. And to everyone who bothered to ask me if I was alright. And to my therapist for helping me to repair this shit, for making me self-aware of all of my carelessness. And to my doggos who so often choose my love over their supper. And to their mother who had it in her heart to let me keep the puppers. And to my dogs who died before I could say goodbye. To the one dog who died with me at his side. And to the deer and 2 elk I regretfully killed and still cry for, even though when grilled they were admittedly to die for. And to my sis for suggesting we hike to that mailbox on a mountain together so that I could write the ending to a story that I thought would last forever. And to all my Nakama who've come on this long journey with me, you know who you are, and I know you're listening. And to Vash the Stampede for teaching me to save them both, because letting go and giving up on somebody surely hurts the most. And to all my anime heroes and their creators, because without them I'd probably have ended up like Darth Vader. And to all the women who never feel safe or get shamed for being great. To all the men too afraid to feel anything other than anger and hate. To everyone in pain who's too afraid to talk about it. To anyone who has embraced change because they couldn't make it without it. To everyone who's ever died trying to make a difference. To the millions who have died in insignificance. To everyone who is imperfect, to everyone who feels worthless, I promise you you're not. You're not. And lastly to me, for becoming the person I've always wanted to be. For obliterating all of my anxieties, for learning to speak my mind instead of sitting quietly, and for using my newfound powers righteously. This is the ending of an arc. Some lived, some died, but everyone played their part, forever leaving an imprint upon my heart. Thank you all for helping me get this far. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to think? Where am I supposed to go? Who am I supposed to be? I'm just a hero for fun. Fuck whoever I'm supposed to be. I'll try hard at dumb things and protect those who are close to me, because that's my ninja way. And hey, sometimes I may be late, but I promise I'll always save the day, wearing my smile like a cape. And if I fail, then I guess I'll just have to try harder and harder. Wear my heart on my sleeve like it were my invulnerable armor. I may have lost a few battles, but I've come to win the war. Surrender now or be struck down by my reverse blade sword. Protector of the innocent, ally to good, nightmare to you. I swear to fight fair and to always face the truth. Because society's definition of happiness is a lie, and it's led so many to hide everything that they are inside. But if you're afraid of what others think, then you'll never become strong. Wake up, you've had the power to change yourself all along. Now watch as with one punch I smash these social constructs. All it takes is some muscle and just a little bit of guts. There's no God in this body, nah, it's just me, wearing a grin on my face, baring all of my teeth. I'll inspire this movement through excellent example behavior. I may be a hero for fun, but I'm sure as hell not your savior. I can give you my hand and help you up onto your feet, but at the end of the day, you're the one who gets to decide when you're beat. Just remember that winning or losing isn't what this is about. It's about taking on the world right here and right now. So let's scream from the top of our lungs until our power levels go up. Super Saiyan gods, bitch, evildoers get fucked. What a way to end one of the best years of my life. It's the morning of New Year's Eve, and you're next to me, asleep. But I'm not sure which of us is dreaming. All I know is that I'm beaming with a big stupid grin. My heart's leaping through quantum dimensions just to touch your skin, because the law of attraction has pulled our souls in. The gravity of your smile attracts me like a tractor beam, and magically the space-time tapestry flashes back unraveling. I can't believe my eyes, is this truly reality? Fancy finding an alien as beautiful as you in this galaxy. It's odd and surprising and wonderfully frightening. I feel energized like I've been struck by a billion volts of lightning. Surges of emotion got my grip on your hand always tightening, and I won't let go even when the cows come home fighting. hell, if I'm speaking straight, I'm honestly still afraid. But that's okay, because these days I'm always feeling brave. With my hand held safe by faith, I wanna do all the things as we wade through this infinite expanse of outer space. Carried away by my stomach of peanut butterflies who flutter whenever I'm forever lost in your eyes. Attracted to the light of everything that you're comprised, from the surface of your sun to the darkest core that underlies. A couple of binary stars, this external universe revolves around ours. A place we'll forever share, reached only through our mutual stare. A gaze so penetrating it opens up a space-time tear, and everything that we love is sucked inside, and it all fuses into one and becomes the sum of our lives, as our hydrogen and helium atoms combine, manifesting a reality where our fantasies can come alive. I see to-do, that translates I love you. When you're next to me, I feel most like me. I see to-do, that translates I love you. When you're next to me, I feel most like me. I see to-do, that translates I love you. When you're next to me, I feel most like me. I see to-do, that translates I love you. When you're next to me, I feel most like